Hey guys, welcome to Judge Jodi, Paxton Road's Premier League Player Ratings show. I am back with the one and only Sean Hotspur Hurley for a midweek show to talk all things Fulham. Sean, how are you doing?
Okay. No more than that.
That's exactly how I feel. I must say to people, I was in a pretty bad mood last time we met. Last time I did a show, I was very negative. I was very depressed. So I'm feeling slightly better today. I am wearing Spurs. So yeah, so it was a better game on Monday night. And I'm sure we're going to get into all things Spurs and the Spurs squad, Sean. But before we do that, any kind of overall thoughts into the game? What were you thinking about that game on? I was going to say yesterday, but Monday night.
Yeah, well, all we can say is it's a clean sheet away win, and they are always good. So yeah,
Always good. It
yeah,
always, yeah. The clean sheet, just a clean sheet right now for me.
mm,
A clean sheet home win would be even better, I think. But yeah, clean sheet. I think we gotta try and capitalize on those as much as we can as we get into this next half of the season, don't we? Got to climb those points back. But not that we're doing, and as we were saying just before, not that we're still fifth. We're still fifth. We're still not far behind. Man United. We're still not far
mm.
behind. I'm not going to talk about the ones in first place right now and how far away from them we are because that's will take me into a proper depression. But yeah, we're not in a bad place. So yeah, I think we get a few more clean sheets, we get a few more wins behind us, and maybe it's back on.
Well, I mean, Gary Neville made a very good case for us on Monday Night Football after the
He was
game,
talking sense, actually, wasn't
and
he?
he was sort of saying,
Yeah,
what we're fifth. You're 3 points behind United and Newcastle. All right, they've got games in hand on us. We've
yeah,
got
true.
um,
Yeah,
we've got the FA Cup. We're still in the FA Cup. We've got a really interesting Champions League game to come. You know, all we need to do is just grind out results like we did on Monday, keep the goal intact, and we could have the same kind of ending to the season as last season. So well, not
yeah.
quite the same, but that's
Why
out of
not?
our
Why
hands, I'm
not?
afraid.
Why can't we?
Well, well, I think we're relying on a
Yeah,
high
it's too
Lloyd.
much pressure on the guys. Hi, Lloyd. Hi, Ellington. Thank you guys for being here. And Dino Dinosaur. Thank you guys. But yeah, no, I mean, anything's possible. Anything is possible. We've still got a long way to go. We're only just into the second half of the season now, so we've got a lot of games to go. I think got to try and stay positive. I know it's hard in these dark times of Spurs and all this uncertainty. I think that we've got amongst the club doesn't help, and Arsenal obviously being up top in the league is it just doesn't help things for us, does it? But I think if we can try and stay positive and let's just try and get some more wins in, I think that's what I want. So
We've got
anyway,
we've got 51 points to shoot for.
we've got
17 games left. So,
well, if Son actually starts showing up to work, we're not relying on Kane all the time. We could potentially get a few more goals in, and maybe Dino Dinosaur Porro. Good point. If he's playing in the last four games, he could have. Let's see, shall we? Let's see if he first of all comes in officially. That hasn't happened yet, has it? I haven't missed anything there. Um, and let's see what Danjuma is going to bring for us as well. You know. Another winger. Why not? Why not? Just add them to the list. Okay, guys, let us get into it. As we get into it, please, can you put your ratings in and we can chat through them? Sean and I'll go through them, and we can, see what you guys have to think about the players as well. It wasn't the hardest one this week to do, by all means. I think we've had harder, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. It was quite an average game from my perspective. And I think just before we get into it, from my perspective, in terms of these games, it's the inconsistency that we just see time and time again from Spurs. Like, guys, just do some stuff. Just don't be so inconsistent. Don't do these wins and losses and winning again. We just need some consistency. So And that goes towards the players as well in terms of consistency. Because as we've seen, these guys have just been not performing. But anyway, Sean, let's get into it. Hugo Lloris, what are we saying? 6 and a 6. I'll let you go first. What you
Yeah, I
want to say?
mean, there was a
Hugo.
lot of pressure
Did you want to
on
see him on
Hugo.
the starting lineup, or were you a Hugo outer?
I felt he could have been withdrawn, to be honest, and I was kind of surprised that he didn't. He didn't, have a night on the bench. But to be fair, he did everything he was required to do. He made some important blocks. Again, his footwork is not good enough for a Premier League goalkeeper,
Yeah.
but he did enough. I thought he was fine, and 6 is my pass mark. 6 is that you deserve your wage,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I think the 5 saves, there's a couple of good ones in there. I think there's one quite early in the first half I thought was all right. But I mean, again, it's kind of he's doing his job really, isn't he? So I think I gave him a 6. We got the clean sheet. I don't think he had a whole lot to do, to be honest with you. Like 5 saves, but I don't think it was really anything out of the ordinary for Hugo. And like I said, it's probably just kind of doing his job. I think an extra point for keeping his head and not making any mistakes, really. But I don't know. Ellington, you said an 8, a few good saves. Yeah, I mean that first save I think was really good. I think there was probably another one in the second half that was pretty decent as well. But other than that, I don't know. I just thought it was a pretty average game, and he was kind of just doing what he should be doing. But let us know. Let me know. What your thoughts are on that. Lloyd, what are you saying? I can't believe I celebrated Hugo having an okay. Well, there you go. He's been a little dodgy lately. Yeah, he has, hasn't he? He's I think we might be past his time, guys. Phil, Hugo 7. He did what he needed. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Ellington, I want to see Foster to give Lois a break. New keeper next season. Thank you, Hugo, and good luck. Yeah, I agree with you there. Definitely agree. I think it was time to say goodbye to Hugo probably 2 seasons ago. If we're all being perfectly honest with ourselves, I think it's been going downhill for quite some time now. Like, I do thank him for what he's done, but I mean, I don't know. I think we need to upgrade there, but I don't really know where we go. So
It's going to be expensive.
Yeah, it definitely will be. So
because you need a top class goalkeeper,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely something we need to address like ASAP personally. So watch this space, please. Not Pickford, from my perspective, anyway.
Me too.
All right. Oh God, Sean. Cristian Romero. What are we saying about him? 6 and a 5.5. It was a tale of 2 halves for this guy, wasn't it?
It's a tale of 2 halves for a lot of our players, to be fair. But I think in the end, he didn't get a yellow card, as far as I remember. Or did he? Did he get a yellow card?
He did get a yellow, yeah.
All right, okay. It's obviously it's just part of the course, I suppose now. But
it was one of those games as well.
He had a very, very poor first half. He gave away the ball at least 3 times on the edge of our box. But I thought generally he grew into the game like a lot of the players did, and he was, he did what he had to do. I do remember some quite good blocks later on in the second half.
Yeah.
I think he gets his 6. He gets his wages this week. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I kind of marked him down slightly just because of that first half. Like, it's not really a typical Romero performance. Like, I expect him not to be doing stuff like that. He was he's passing. He was giving the ball away for fun. Like, I thought at times. But yeah, definitely the second half was much better from him. But it was definitely far from his best performance. So I kind of had to mark him down just because of that first half. I just didn't expect that from him personally. So, and yeah, 7 for you, Ellington. He was booked. Lloyd Romero does what he does. He needs to judge things a little better, though. Yeah, I don't think he's, he doesn't. Personally, I don't think he has that kind of leadership quality. He's still quite young, and he's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's the best centre back we've had in a very, very long time, and we have currently. But I do think that there's still some kind of learnings and things he needs to do. Personally, I think maybe he I mean, he won a World Cup, right? So he's allowed to kind of have a bit of a bit of a big head, I guess, is what I'm trying to say in terms of who he is. A bit of swag, but yeah, I think he does need to kind of maybe just learn a little bit from some of the other players in terms of sort of Kane and stuff, in terms of that leadership stuff. But Mark, Cat, there you go. Ellington, Romero booked again. That's 5 for the season. 6 needs to let. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the yellows, and we love him. We love him for the aggression. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's sliding tackles and the way that he can just get the ball, and instead of taking a player out, is amazing. So it's a really good quality. But yeah, the yellows are a little bit worrying, a little bit concerning. And you're saying 6, Ellington. Perfect. All right, guys, let's go to Eric Dier. 6 and a 6. I gave him a 6 just because for me, I think it was a better game than we've had. I don't think there were any unforced errors from Dier that I remember. I think they held the back line well, and I don't think he was having as much as Romero was in that first half, but please correct me if I'm wrong there. I think there was some nice sliding kicks and clearances. I think in the first half, I remember this really nice sliding kick to kind of clear the ball out. 8 clearances, like he's doing his job really, and not making any mistakes. So yeah, 6 from me.
Yeah, I thought again another player who got better as the game went on. I wonder whether up against a target man like Mitrovic, he is he concentrated his mind a bit more, and he knew that he had to step up. And whereas up against tricky sort of players like a Man City, it's a bit more difficult. He needs help on that kind of front, because it's one thing our back line doesn't have, and that's pace.
Yeah.
In fact, the only one with a bit of pace is Sanchez, and we wouldn't want Sanchez near the team at the minute. So
yeah,
it's he had a good solid game, and it was long overdue. He seems to have gone into a funk ever since he got admitted into the England squad again.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And it's bizarrely, it was something he obviously was trying to get back into, but it's funny. It's like he plateaued and then he regressed, I think. But this is a bit more like it from Dier.
Yeah, definitely not the Dier that we saw last season. But yeah, I think it's, like I said, doing his job. Like, he's a good squad player, I think. But yeah, nothing more too impressive for me from him. Ben Davies, let's go. 6 and a 6, Sean.
I thought Ben was good.
Better, right?
He was good.
Yeah.
He was good throughout the game. He was, he did his job on the floor, in the air, covered for Perisic, and I thought he had a quite solid game.
Yeah, me too. Just on that comment, Ellington, Dier, we need a new centre back in the position. Get rid. I'm all for it. Been saying it for a long time now.
I'm reading that Skriniar is available for 20 million.
Okay.
God, if ever we needed a player like him, it's now.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it as long as we want, but the fact that we're targeting wingers and not centre backs in this, anyway. But Davies, I think he almost picked up the assist, I think, from that header to Kane, I think in the second half. So I think that warrants, that could have been good if that went in, but it didn't. I don't know, nothing too impressive from a Davies point of view, but I just think that it was like kind of average. They kept the clean sheet. I think that's why I kind of agreed with you in the sticks. Like some nice blocks and stuff, but there's nothing. It was nothing too over and above like what he should be doing in that role, personally. Lloyd, Mr. Dependable Ben. Yes, that is exactly his name. That is exactly who he is. Davies a good servant, 6 steady Eddie. Yeah, yeah. Dependable Ben. That's who he is. Emerson Royal. Oh my goodness, guys. I'd agree with you in this one, Sean. Like, I mean, I reckon potential for man of the match for me personally.
There was, I mean, he had a terrible clunk, didn't he? He got kicked early on, and he was
Yeah,
hobbling up and down the wing, and
yeah,
it was. I was
yeah.
thinking, oh, he's going to get hooked, and then
And
in the
then
last 10 minutes of the first half, he became prime Cafu. He was turning up all over the place. He had a shot on target, which the keeper had to parry to save.
mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah,
more than involved in, the pressure that eventually led to the
yeah,
goal. I
yeah.
thought he had an excellent game.
He
In the
did.
second half, he was brilliant defensively. He was, there was one important block very near the end of the game, which, and several clearances. Yeah, hats off to Emerson. I mean,
Yeah,
he has taken a lot of brickbats from myself and others, but
yeah, yeah.
I thought he said, I thought
He
he
got
answered themselves, you know.
he got word that Porro was doing his his medical or something like that. Probably, I don't know, but no, I agree. I agree. I think it's a pretty high score. Like he didn't get an assist or he didn't get a goal, but he had a really nice attempt in the first half. I think as well. Like
Mm.
just after that, like what you were saying, like I think he he was bossing it up and down like that right hand side. I think all pretty much all match. I think apart from sort of that first bit in the beginning where most of the players again didn't really show up. But yeah, I think it was a really good game for him. Ellington Royal, I hate the way Spurs fans give him grief. Great engine. He has a great engine. That's like he does, and like I've said this time and time again that the guy has. It's not his natural position either. I think he's been in this position for quite some time now, so he should be getting used to it, and he should be getting coached and everything from Conte. But like yeah, I think he's a good, he works hard. He shows he wants it. He clearly loves being at Spurs, I think. And
I,
yeah, like he gets a lot of hate, and I don't think it's warranted. Like the amount of hate he gets, like
I think he's living his best life in London. You know, and he doesn't want to go. You know, so
yeah,
I mean, if he can turn on performances like
he's
Monday, then yeah, well, that's the Emerson Royal I'd rather have. You know, but
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He technically he does need a lot of improvement. Like I'm not saying he's he's definitely should be starting every week for us and should be but I do think it was a good game for him, and we go on a game by game basis. So yeah, I think an eight's warranted from my side. David, hi from foggy Leicester. Well, it's high from foggy everywhere at the moment. I think it's very foggy here in London. So I don't know about you, Sean. Are you got a
no,
bit of
there's
fogginess going on?
no fog up here. We just have other issues like a citywide outage of Outlook and
Oh
Microsoft
my
Teams.
word. That is very bizarre. That is very bizarre. You're gonna have to hold off all your letters
Yes,
to Levy, your letters to Levy until
that's right.
they
I
come
can't
back.
email Daniel and say go and buy Skriniar.
An eight. Yeah, thanks, David. Yeah, I think an eight was warranted, right? Right, let's move on then. For Ivan Perisic, 6 and a 5. I think just in comparison to the right side, like it wasn't great. Like he's not been playing great. Like I don't know. I don't really remember a lot from him because all my focus and attention was on that right hand side. But I don't, he has been having a few pretty poor performances of late. I don't think there's any massive mistakes or errors. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I just don't think it was as great as what was going down that right hand side. So now I'm a bit worried about our left, really. 'Cause
I gave him his pass, 6 is his pass, because I thought he was much better defensively. I think possibly his clangers against City, and obviously I still haven't seen that game because I was out and not watching the game. But I think he was better defensively, and maybe that was his focus on Monday night.
Yeah, potentially.
We haven't talked about it, but there was this famous meeting with Conte and the players on Saturday. At the training ground, where they basically aired their dirty laundry, and I wonder whether that's focused people's mind.
Yeah.
But I thought he was good defensively. He didn't contribute anything in the attack, which is really where we wanted him to be. But it's I mean, I just think he's having a bit of a ropey time at the moment, and the problem is that his competition at the moment is no competition.
Your favorite player of all time?
No, he's. I
just say that very sarcastically, guys.
Yeah, he's just unfortunately Ryan is just never going to be the player that he was going to be when he was 17, 18. It's sad to see that, and he's so young as well. But
do we have an issue on our left now then? Because I know, obviously, we've been calling out for the right-hand side to be upgraded.
I was of the opinion saying, why did we let Reguilon go? But there you are.
Don't even get me started on that, Sean. I'm not a fan of that guy. I don't know. I just don't think he had it. I don't think he had it, that guy, honestly. But yeah, I'm worried about our left now. I thought we could get away with the left-hand side, but now it's...
there is the cavalry coming over the hill next season.
Yeah.
Destiny Udogie. Yeah. So
yeah, but that's a million miles away. We're in a dire place now. What about Doherty on the left?
Well, he's done it. I mean, and he's done it for other teams as well earlier in his career.
Yeah.
But it's an option, definitely. It's an option, and I would say that it would be a better option than Ryan Sessegnon, sadly.
Yeah. Lloyd, don't mention Reguilon to you know me all too well, Lloyd. You know me all too well. Yeah, left side not great. We need the dude we bought next. Yeah, Dogie. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Cess is just it's a. I mean, we're not talking about Cess, but that left-hand side, I am concerned for the next half of the season. We just need Perisic to either pick it up, but we need Cess for the speed, right? We can't concentrate. Like David's saying, Perisic is looking my age. What is that? 25, David? I think he's 25, right?
He's the perennial young man.
But yeah, I don't know. Speed-wise, I don't think he's got it, this guy, Perisic. So I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? But I'm a bit worried, personally. But let us move on. Let's move on to Højbjerg. What are we saying? Yeah, 5s again. I mean, 5's not a bad score. It's just an average score from my side.Maybe 5's bad from your side, but mine's an
5
average.
is unacceptable. 5 and below is unacceptable. You're not doing. I mean, the bizarre thing, he was involved in the goal. He was the pre-assist. He passed to Son, and Son passed to Kane, which was a significant contribution. But too many wayward passes. Too many times he was lucky, not to get, yellow carded a couple of times.
His passing,
his passing was dreadful, and it was putting other players in danger. The number of hospital balls he paid. He had a poor game. I'm sorry. He's carried this since coming back from the World Cup.
Yeah, he's not been himself since before that.
He's not been the same.
No.
I think he's dwelling on the fact that Denmark so underperformed.
Yeah. I think you're right there. I don't. I mean, we've relied on him so much, like for so long as well. But yeah, it's not. He needs to step it up. I think the two in the middle again. Like I know we talk about that quite often, but that doesn't help things. I mean, against Fulham, I don't know if it was as bad than say kind of playing like an Arsenal. But again, I think we do get overrun in that position. But I think just from this performance, it was his passing for me. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, pre-World Cup, he was one of our best players. There's no doubt about it. You know,
Yeah.
but something, you know, has drained him in the deserts of Qatar, and he's not the same player since. You know, I hope he comes back. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. He didn't impress for me on Monday.
No, he couldn't pass wind on the night.
David Clark with his one-liners again.
Coming back. You need to become a comedian, David. You need to do a stand-up show. I'd come. I'd go for sure. I'd go watch you do stand-up. Ellington Højbjerg, he was okay. He's our modern day Stevens, Gary Stevens. We can do better. Yeah, he's like my mind, isn't he, Højbjerg? He's one of those players where people love him or they hate him. It's
as I say, pre-World Cup, when we saw him in the stadium, you saw the things that he does, which doesn't often get picked up on TV. He was brilliant, but
I've noticed that.
I mean, against Arsenal
in person, when you just focus on him, yeah.
But he was not good on Monday. No, definitely not.
No. Are we going to see him on Saturday? Is it Saturday or Sunday that we play, Preston?
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday,
6 o'clock kickoff, BBC.
Yeah, he'll be playing for sure.
Well, I hope we don't go too weak. You know, I want to win the FA Cup again.
Yeah, me too.
Before I croak.
I know Sam was saying yesterday that he didn't want to see Kane start, but I think we have to, personally. I get why he's saying that, but we don't want him injured or anything like that. But we have to. I think to get through and to win, I think we have to play our strongest team. Well, not our strongest, but one of our strongest, I think. All right, let's talk about Rodrigo, and then we can get into the FA Cup. 6 and a 6. Yeah, again, inconsistency, I think, from Bentancur. I know he's only coming back. Like he's had quite a lot of time off, and I think sometimes you see if a player's been off injured, they come back the first or second game in, and they all guns blazing. Maybe it's just taking him a little bit more time to kind of come back a bit. So, like for me, he didn't look as lively as he did on Thursday when we played Man City, but like. He's always a welcome presence, I think, for me on the pitch. And I do think he holds that kind of composure for us. But yeah, it wasn't ideal. It wasn't poor. It wasn't bad. He wasn't one of the worst performers of the day. But for me, it was kind of just not a classic Bentancur performance, but much better than his counterpart in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about Rodrigo, and I love Rodrigo. He's my favorite player currently, and he was adequate. So he gets his 6, which, as I say, is my pass mark, and then but he was not helped by the sort of the terrible passing in that first half in particular.
It was all over the place, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was just,
and he picked up a yellow card, which he got for frustration, really. But I think in actual fact, he had a point, because that Paulinho, who was booked for Fulham, should have been sent off, because he done more than one yellow card offence after he'd been booked.
Yeah,
and I think he was complaining to the referee, and that's when the referee just said enough
yeah,
is enough,
that's right. Yeah, the ref wasn't really having any of it, was he? But yeah, that wasn't. I don't think that was fair on Benty, personally. But David, yeah, imagine if he was match fit. As again, and like that's the thing I was kind of alluding to earlier, that maybe he's just he's not 100% back to the fitness or the way of playing that he should be or could be at this time after his injury. He's kind of only just coming back in, so yeah. But I think if he was match fit, he probably would be getting like an 8 or a 9 maybe for a classic Bentancur performance. Or maybe an 8, maybe a 9 might be a bit too high. Digger D, welcome. 6, yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. 6, you're agreeing. Okay, let us go to Dejan Kulusevski. 6s again. See, I told you I'm matching you. I promise I didn't copy, Sean. I promise. We're just in tune. We're just in tune.
I thought Dian he was very, very dangerous in the first half. He got behind their defence quite a few times. The crossing wasn't maybe the best, but he's always dangerous, and we certainly played better with him than without him. So he played his role. He gets his 6, which, as I say, is the pass mark. But it's always good to see him, and he did enough on the night to justify his inclusion.
Yeah, I agree. I think we just weren't getting lucky enough to get the ball to him, maybe. But I agree. Like, having him there just gives you that sense of calmness. I think it's the same with Bentancur. Like, it's the same kind of thing when seeing both of them on the starting lineup. Like, seeing them on the pitch gives you that confidence of. Maybe not confidence as much in the team, because we don't seem to have that at the moment, but it gives you that degree of being able to breathe as opposed to not being able to breathe, maybe. But yeah, I think for me as a 6, like, he didn't do anything outstandingly great, but I think he definitely contributed where he could, and yeah, I think it's always a good time having Decky there. Seeing Decky on the pitch cheers me up. Yeah, agree, Lloyd. Agree. Kulu 6, okay game, getting back to fitness. And again, that's the same as Bentancur probably. So that's, agreeing you there. David 7 for Kulu. Oh, your comments not coming up. 7, not match fit, just love watching the guy, but opponents. Yeah, and it's the match fitness. I think just these guys, we've got to be a little bit lenient on them coming back in from injury, and not having the fitness preparation as much as the other guys have had. So yeah. Right, let us move to Heung-Min Son. 5 and a 5. I'm going to defend my 5. You might probably be in agreement with me. I mean, to be honest, he again, 5. My 5 is my mark for showing up, for actually showing up and being on the pitch, and not making mistakes, like actual classic mistakes. So, people might think it should be lower because he didn't do much. He did get that hilarious assist, which, to be honest with you, probably shouldn't be called an assist, because it was just, I don't know. For him to be able to get that as an assist, I think it was quite funny. But again, not up to his standard, not up to scratch, not the Son of last year, last season, season before, seasons gone by. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he was lucky not to get a red, I think, as well. I think the yellow could have, I don't know. I don't know what you think about that yellow, but I'm glad that was just classified as yellow.
There were some people speculating that maybe it was worth an orange between a yellow and a red. It was. He's got it in him, to be a bit petulant. Son, he had been fouled in the lead up to that, but you can't take your retribution out on the next player. And it looked bad. It's one of those ones that looks bad when it's slowed down, when it's in slow motion. I don't think it was, I don't think it was deliberate, but it did endanger the opponent, and technically it could have been a red. It was just another poor night, I'm afraid, for Son. Yeah. And it's continuing, and he's, as much as Conte is trying to play him back into form, it's just not happening.
But he won't drop him. He won't drop him, and that
no, he won't drop him. And he's now got another left-sided winger today. So we've got 3 now potentially with Richarlison, Son, and Juma. So
I know.
I mean, if ever there was a chance to drop him, it's now. But
I don't think he will. I don't think it's going to happen. Like.
I don't know what's going on there. It's one of those imponderables. It's like he's just been, I don't know, it's like
He's
some
been,
kind of
it's like
movie.
Ellington saying here, he's been kidnapped and replaced. Like,
Yeah.
it's a completely different Son. And like, who is this guy? Like, is it
Hmm.
his twin brother that we don't know about that's come in? And I don't know. Like, it's very weird, very, very weird. And it's sad to see. It is really sad
Oh,
because,
it breaks my heart. It
yeah,
absolutely breaks my heart.
yeah,
You don't see him smiling on the pitch anymore. You don't,
yeah,
it's obviously playing on his mind. I mean, people have speculated, is there something going on in his private life, or
yeah.
we don't know. But it is alarming, the decline
Mm.
in terms of goal contributions, let alone anything else. He just doesn't, he doesn't seem to be able to run with the ball as smoothly as he was doing last season. He seems to get
But
caught under his feet.
is it? And I need to do some research on this because I don't know. Is it the season as well? Is it because Salah for Liverpool hasn't been scoring really this season. You've got Chelsea not performing. You've got Arsenal. Who knows how? No, I know how, but coming first. Like, is it the season as well? Is it a contributor? Is it the whole thing? Is it? I don't know, but I know Son hasn't been performing since before the World Cup, so we can't really use the World Cup as an excuse. I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. But I think the whole season and the way that all of the teams are performing this season and the way that people are showing up is just completely really weird. Do you
Yeah, it's
think?
a strange season. We can say that for certain.
Yeah.
But this is one part of the strangeness I didn't expect to see, is that,
No.
over halfway through the season, and so few goals and, so few assists.
Yeah. I know. But again, we've got another half of the season, Son. Come on, mate. Step it up.
17 matches, as Conte said.
If you get 3 goals a game for the next 17 games, who knows? Who knows where we're going to be? You could challenge for Golden Boot again, maybe. Son needs a breather. Son needs a break. Breather, yeah. I don't know. He hasn't had a lucky. He's had that
He'll play on
injury, but
Saturday, though.
oh yeah, definitely him and Kane, 100%. I can guarantee it. Whether or not we want that to happen is another story. And then Harry Kane. I mean, where would we be without our Harry Kane? Time and time again, every single week. Same old story, rinse and repeat, Sean.
I don't know about building a team for Conte, but we need to build a team for this man. This man, I tell you what, do you know what? My ideal scenario will be that we win the FA Cup. I'd love to see Harry Kane carrying a cup winners medal on in May. Would be just like heaven to me. And do you know what? I'm sure Kane's probably like Gerrard. One trophy with your home team is worth 10 with another team.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
1,000%. I agree.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
totally agree.
if we could win the FA Cup this season for Harry Kane, it would just be the best thing. And I am absolutely privileged to seen Harry Kane. I saw the tail end of Jimmy Greaves. I'm that old, but to see Harry Kane and to think that he's eclipsed him as our club record goal scorer is eclipsed Greaves is unbelievable. Certainly a legend of our club.
Yeah, and I'd hate to see. I mean, I know we've had these conversations before, but I'd hate to see him go without having won anything, kind of in this last 5 years, especially. I think I just think for him and his career, and we've said time and time again that it's just inconsolable, and it's not fair, really, that we've got so close so many times, and this guy's career has really been put on a standstill because of the fact that we've just not we've not got there. We've not done it.
Hmm.
We've not won any trophies or anything for him. So I think if he was, and I don't want him to go by any means at all, please Kane stay forever. But if the sad thing was to happen and he was to go and he didn't win a trophy under us, I just think how sad is that for us as Spurs fans and him as well, for the amount of time and effort and everything that he's put into the club. So, but I understand it. Again, if he does want to go, I totally understand it. Like, if you're not getting backed and you're not getting what you need to progress, like, you got to find it somewhere, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys are agreeing with us. An 8. Mr. Spurs
I know. I think Ellington's corrected himself in the
Oh,
next comment.
deserves a trophy. He does. He does. He deserves
Absolutely, Ellington, you're spot on.
multiple trophies, Ellington. You're 1000%
110%. Yeah.
right. All right, Sean. We are done with the ratings. I think we're going to move into crime of the week. I don't think it's any surprise for anybody. I think it's a pretty obvious one. Just setting the scene there in terms of crime of the week this week. But it's our guy. It's our favorite. It's the Don. I mean, tomorrow. Well, he's actually. I did miss the announcement from Spurs official, but he has. Well, I don't know if it was him. Somebody's cooked at Spurs today and got our new signing in. Potentially there could be another one in the works with Porro. I think Porro rumors getting hotter and hotter as the hours go by. But it's not about the transfers that he's looked up for, Sean, is it?
No, I can't believe that he not only did he get the longest sentence in the case with his 20 was it 20 months or something?
I
No,
think
no,
it's 20
no,
something.
30 months. It was 30 months. It
Was
was
it
2.5
30?
years.
Yeah, yeah.
And Agnelli, who's the owner of Juventus, only got 2 years. So, and the thing is, it's now I'm hearing that there's a potential criminal case. I think his position is untenable. There's no way Levy will have a convicted criminal at the head of in the organisation. So I think it's just a matter of time before he's told, "Well, Fabio, you need to go and fight your corner in Italy."
Yeah.
And it's a shame because it's the first time I think we've had. I mean, he's done a lot of work to build a recruitment team underneath him.
Yeah.
Which, we will always, thank him for Kulu and Bentancur. And I was hoping for more of that. He did pick up some good players in the summer, but they've not been, used or utilized very well by the coach.
Yeah.
But it's very sad to see that he's obviously been up to no good, according to the tax authorities, according to the Italian FA. And it's, as soon as they announce that his ban is extended to UEFA and FIFA, then he's done, And it was interesting. They showed him in the director's box sitting next to Donna Cullen, who was looking very sullen as ever.
Yeah.
And, normally he's on the bench.
Down on the touchline, isn't he?
Yeah. And so I wonder whether that was a kind of, the first step that, he's not in favour. And it's, we're still waiting for the
some kind of just acknowledgement, right? Like some kind of anything, some kind of communication.
Remember before the transfer window opened, they said that he was going to give an interview about the transfer window afterwards.
Yeah.
But I
He
don't
was
think that's
very
happening now.
active. I think he was very active when he first came in. He had a couple of videos and things come out, didn't he? I remember one, he was at his home, I think. I think that was during COVID, probably. But yeah, he was quite active for Spurs from what we see at Spurs, giving updates and stuff like that. But yeah, haven't really seen anything since then, and it's just
It'll be interesting. I mean, as I say, as soon as UEFA and FIFA put the ban in
Yeah, I
across
think that's game over, right?
I would say that's game over, and
Yeah.
he can't, he can't be a director if he's going to face a criminal conviction. So yeah.
Mm. Yep. Well, sorry, Bertici, you're on the notice,
Yeah.
and you're locked up. You're locked up. Johnny
So,
Sins, welcome.
welcome, Johnny. Yeah.
Welcome, Johnny. Looks like things are getting too spicy for the pepper.
Yeah.
Getting pretty spicy up in here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's always the way with Spurs. They reel you back in. This time last week, it was like all depressing, all. And is it because we won a game? I don't know. It shouldn't be that way, but I don't know. Like, are the signings going to be? Are they going to live up to? I guess we can't tell. We're not going to know until we see what they can do. To be honest, I hadn't heard of the new guy that's just been signed. I'll put my hand up and say I haven't really heard much about him before. So time will tell from my perspective. And then Porro, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know.
Well,
So
I don't count Porro as done until it's he's done
till he's
he's done
holding
the
the shirt,
video.
right?
Yeah. At least Danjuma has been holding the shirt and he's done his video and what have you. So
Yeah.
again, he
Time will
seems very
tell.
reminiscent of Bergwijn, Dutch
Yeah,
player.
Dutch again.
You
Yeah,
know,
Bergwijn 2.0. That's what I said yesterday, I think.
and who knows? We'll see. I suppose time will tell. If he was to be picked for Saturday and score the winning goals against Preston, he'd become an instant hero. Who knows? But
Do you think we'll see him on Saturday then? Or
I don't
I
know. It
don't
depends
know.
what state of fitness he's in from
Yeah.
Villarreal. I mean, again, I'm hearing rumours that Villarreal were quite happy to see the back of him. He had a bit of an attitude problem.
That's
And then
great. It's just what we want in
and
our
I've also heard that it wasn't Conte's first choice. And I'm going, oh my god, not again.
attitude problems in our dressing room is just what we need, Sean. We just got rid of a whole bunch of people with attitude problems in our dressing room. We don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't
who
know.
knows? The
So what
proof
are
of
you
the pudding
thinking
is in the eating.
about? It is. And then what about Saturday? You think we're going to take it out?
Yeah, I'm confident that we'll get through. I'm going to the game.
Nice.
So hopefully that we'll do
Sid
the
going to
business.
take you on a little tour of Preston? Hopefully.
No, sadly Sid's not joining me, but I think I think Sid's at his wits' end with Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. So yeah, I think I'm still smarting from being at the North London derby and having.
Was that your last game that you went to?
Yeah, and having Arsenal fans singing Tottenham Hotspur, you'll always be shit.
Yeah,
And
that would scar me for a while as well.
That was scarring. Yeah, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident. I mean, I'm never confident when it comes to Spurs, but I don't know. Now I'm talking myself out of
FA
it.
Cup. Let's be up for the cup.
Yeah, I want us to win. Like, I want us to try and get this for Harry Kane, guys. Come on.
Yes.
And then Man City we got on 5th of Feb, don't we? So that's going to be another tricky one. I mean, I'm going to write that one off again. I'm not really going to expect too much for that game, and then hope the next, games 16 or whatever games we've got after that we can pick up some points there. But yeah, I don't know.
But Tottenham, it would be just like Tottenham to beat City at our place.
Yeah, I know. Inconsistency strikes again. Guys, thank you all so much for being here tonight. We had Ellington back in the house. Ellington, thank you, buddy, for being here. Always love having you here. Dinosaur, a super regular. David, Clark, as always. Lloyd, you guys, love you guys being part of the Paxton family. Phil Ambrose, thank you so much for being here, mate. Mark Swift, haven't seen you for a while, buddy. How have you been? Any
Some
card
new
is
names
always.
as well. Johnny Sins.
And Johnny Sins, yes, Johnny. Thank you so
And
much for being
there
here.
was another one, I think, wasn't there?
Yeah, Digger D.
Digger D,
Digger
yes.
D. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you and welcome. Welcome
Don't
to the
forget
Paxton fam.
and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We like your comments.
And Elena.
And
Oh, thank you,
oh,
sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. Um, really love having you guys here. And yeah, if you can please like the stream if you haven't already, it really, really helps the channel out. And subscribe if you're new as well. That way you'll be notified when any of our new content and shows come up. So, but yeah, thank you guys for being here and being here with Sean and I, because like we can't do this without you guys, and I think you guys putting your ratings and everything and your thoughts down really help us to bounce off our ideas as well, and it kind of helps us to have a proper community. So we really appreciate everyone's contribution and support and all of that kind of stuff. So thank you guys. Sean, any final words or anything before we go into the next couple of days? I feel like it's Wednesday, isn't it? I'm all over the place today. So yeah, we've got Saturday coming up. Anything more you want to say
well,
before we go?
obviously, Spurs traditionally were an FA Cup team. Let's get that tradition
Yeah.
back. We're going to a very famous old ground, Deepdale. I'm looking forward to getting my photo taken by the Sir Tom Finney statue. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And what we didn't talk about from Monday night was how good our fans were. Our
Yes,
fans were
I did write.
absolutely
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah, they
So a big
were.
up to our away fans. They
Away
were
fans, if any
excellent.
of you guys are listening, you guys, I've said it before, like you guys are such an important part of this community, and I don't know how you do it. Personally, I don't know how you do it on a Monday night. Like, I know it was a local game for some people, but some people probably had to travel really, really far to get there. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean, you guys are amazing, and it was all I could hear. Like, it was something I definitely noted down when I was watching that, especially that first half. Those chants, like, you all know what you were singing. I heard it. But also the chants for Antonio and Harry as well. They really went down a treat, and I think we all saw what Conte was like at the end of the match, giving his thumbs up and everything. And I hope it meant a lot to him. It felt like it did, and I think we just need to give our support to him at this time, because he's been through so much, personally. And I think all this kind of stuff really does go a long way, I think, in showing him how much we appreciate him and want him in the club. So you guys are awesome. Thank you, and keep it up, and keep it up. Keep it up for Preston as well, because we really, really need that 12th man, I think, on this Saturday that's coming up. So thank you guys.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. I'll see you guys probably in a couple of weeks, unless I join one of these guys for something else. We will see. But have a lovely week, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you very soon. Come on, you Spurs.